Hello, all the lovely ladies in the Women's Transforming Women's group. This is Stephanie once again, and I've got with me today the beautiful Mariko Hume. Welcome, Mariko.
Hello, everybody.
Today we've decided we're going to do a video together and hopefully share it with you guys if all goes well. We don't have any fixed agenda except to answer some questions that maybe had us a little bit curious about each other, and we thought it might be nice for you guys to get to know us a little bit better as well. And sometimes we don't always know what's so interesting about ourselves, and if you have somebody else asking the questions, sometimes you can find out a little bit more. So it could be some fun. I'm sure it will be.
Sounds great, Steph.
And so we're just going to go ahead and do this thing. So I asked Mariko to come up with a couple of questions that she'd like to ask me, and I've come up with some questions that I'd like to ask Mariko. So I guess I can start because
you start.
I'm the lady introducing you, so poor Mariko's got to be the one that answers the first question.
Okay, let's go.
Mariko, your art has got me a bit more curious.
That's my only one here. The other two are somebody else's.
Okay, so
I can move that.
Oh, lovely.
That's a very old painting. It says 08. 2008. Wow, that's a long time ago.
Have you done any paintings recently, or
not recently? It's a bit challenging with a 5-year-old getting into things, and whenever we pull out our creativity things, it just turns into her central. So
in your high
so that's a bit challenging, but I'm part of a journal swap.
Right.
It's a group of us where we just send the next journal on to the next person whenever it comes, and with everything that happened this year, I think it's been slower than what it originally was meant to be. It was supposed to be every 2 weeks, but it's been months.
Okay. Oh.
And things happen. So I still haven't sent off mine, and I saw a message that I'm expecting. I was expecting postage this week, but I suppose it got held up at the post as well. So. Yeah.
Well, what do they call it? Snail mail now. Something like that.
So that's a little sketchbook that you can fill a few pages in for the who the book belongs to, and mine will come around when it goes around everybody else. And I'll have a collection of beautiful artwork from this.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you share your artwork with each other?
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. And do you share the originals with each other?
Yeah, you draw it, you put your work into the book.
Okay. And
so, people have been putting poetry and recipes, a little bit, sharing a little story about them or a little drawing. I mean, it's postage friendly size, so it's pretty small.
Okay. And what's the object? Is it just for the actual share, or are you guys going to do something with the book at the end?
I'm not sure if we're going to do anything as much as appreciate each other.
Yeah. Oh, that's really, really nice.
Read the messages that's been left in the pages and whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever it feels right at the time.
So how did you get in touch with these beautiful ladies?
We've been part of a group forever and ever. It was originally a birth support group.
Okay.
Women's
Yep.
women's body on autonomy and feminism, and there's a whole heap of deep stuff that gets discussed within the group.
Right. Right.
A couple of us just put our hands up to say, I'd like to do a bit more art. And I thought if I contribute to other people's journals, then that'll give me the motivation to do my own artwork as well.
That's so cool, because that's it. Like, that's like me and you doing these videos. You know, we motivate each other, and we get braver. Like, here we are doing this together, and then hopefully other people will get motivated too.
Yeah.
And then it becomes, you know, so much more. It's like I keep saying, I don't know, with this group, I keep saying, from little things, big things grow.
Absolutely.
And that literally can happen, you know, and that's how things happen in the world, when people just come together from a good place. They open up their heart, and you just don't know what's going to happen, do you?
Exactly.
Actually, I've got something to show you.
Yeah, please do.
Well, you might be surprised what I'm going to show you. Do you remember this?
Oh, yes. Yes. Mine. Yeah.
You've got yours.
Oh, no, my purple book.
Looks like we're from the same club now, doesn't it?
Join my club, please.
Mariko created a couple of colouring in books. I don't know when. When did you create these, Mariko?
My first one happened when Emika was 1.5, I think. I started doing them, and then it took about 2 years for the last one to be completed, and then I haven't done anything since. My actual, like I said, my current creativity is focused on entertaining a 5-year-old. So,
oh, look, I can understand that. I went into a bit of a void as well, the children void. And it really was like that, you know. It just.
But I also did intentionally have this year as a rest year. I have not done any sort of personal development courses or any sort of extra load on myself as well this year. I just made this year my parenting year, so it might change next year. And no promises or plans, because I just haven't been in the headspace to plan ahead. But with these the colouring in books, it started with just writing the words.
Yes.
Writing the words, just bringing in some more positivity into my life. And that was where, just, like you said, baby steps of in which way can I acknowledge me? How can I love myself a little bit better?
Yeah.
And that grew into doodling around, just making the words look a little bit fancier, and then it just evolved into published works from there.
So do you have that other book there with you, the word one you had? Because you had 3 books, didn't you?
So this was the first book that I did, Colouring Enoughness, and that was my theme. All the pages has the word I am enough.
Can I have would you like to share some of that with us?
So that's like I am enough, and then the images around the words.
Yeah. You got some? Could we see a couple of other pages as well? Because that's so important.
I don't know if this is going to record backwards.
I am enough. No, I can see the pictures. So actually, it was clear. It came up the right way for some reason. Okay.
So all the pages have the words.
Yeah.
Which, in hindsight, it's probably boring. It's probably boring, but it evolved from there into
I actually like that. I
having
sometimes you need repetition of important
having
statements like that.
I did it in Japanese, the next one, with
Okay.
different words,
Oh, okay.
and all of them have a translation on the bottom.
Right. Okay. Oh, this is cool because I didn't see the I Am Enough book, and now I'm seeing a Japanese book too. That's so cool. I'm okay. Wow. They're very powerful, Mariko. I think you're
I think
yeah,
I've got the foundation, and just
got
needs to
some.
be. I just need help packaging it to make it a bit more appealing, because I did all this by myself as well, inexperienced, and this was my first publishing
And that was
experience.
when you had a 1-2-year-old daughter.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
And
amazing.
and during that time, I also had a partner as well that was able to
Wow.
look after my daughter while I was doing this.
Because
Since
as
he
you know,
has
what?
so
Sorry.
since then he has left. I think that's when there was the shift of, you know, really finding where my feet was, because as much as it was emotionally great for him to leave my personal space, it also left this massive gap of I had zero support.
Yes.
Like, yeah, I was, you know, just missing the very little support I was getting.
Yeah.
And there was none. There was suddenly none.
Yeah.
That I didn't realize that's what I was needing, or no, just realizing that's what I had
Yeah.
as well.
Wow.
The dynamics changed then, and then that's when my drawing ability stopped as well. You know, just being able to focus on me, and my I do cleaning for people, like domestic cleaning for people, as my cash income.
Yeah.
And being able to schedule that was also a challenging time. Everybody agreed that I work best on weekends, and it was great. I'm so grateful that people were able to arrange their life to fit me into, you know, whatever it is that they needed me to do.
Yeah.
And yeah, that just a lot of things changed when one person left.
That I am enough is such a powerful mantra. I mean, you can call it an affirmation
Yeah,
too.
definitely. It was something my coach gave it to me as you try this for 100 days and see where you're at, and this is where I'm at after all that. Because I attended her session. My timeline is so screwed. I need to. My daughter is my reference.
Yeah.
She was 11 months old when I went to one of her live sessions.
Right.
And that's when she was just starting this process herself, having this I am enough on her phone alarm, and that's what she was telling everybody. So she told me that also, and you know, different people got different results out of it.
Yeah.
And
Well, I as you know, I do a life transformation work, and I find it very powerful. I'm always there's that next affirmation or mantra that I'm saying in my head, like I and whether you get it, you know, from guys or whether it just naturally comes through intuition, whatever way, they come to me when they're needed. I find just like yours came to you when you needed it,
yeah,
and they are so powerful if you just keep using them over and over and over again in those right circumstances.
and
Yeah.
that was the idea of the phone alarm. It goes off and you say it to yourself. And I still have it. The words have changed a little bit, and that I have mixed up "I love me" into the mix, what I'm hearing or what I'm reading on the screen. And a lot of the time, my phone is in my bag or away somewhere else, so I don't see all of it, but I know when I hear the ringtone, that's what I say to myself.
There used to be a time when I used to, talk too much, like when I got a chance to talk. And you know how you can get lost in that? And that was one of my things that I really, to get more mindful in my life and to be more conscious within myself, I had to work on. And I actually have had a few guides over the time, spirit guides, if you like, whatever you call them. And because a lot of mine has come just through intuition, but my first mantra was actually one word. The first one that I really took on, just repetitively in my life. And you know what it was? Listen. Every time I got into a situation where I caught myself talking, I'd hear listen. And I'd be like, okay, listen. And then seriously, this went on for years.
Actually, that's so powerful. It's doing it to myself now.
It just makes you stop, breathe. Just
so important.
It just gets you. And then 3 years on, you start to learn the lesson, So powerful in my life, really. Yeah.
Sounds like it.
I needed to slow down. And listen really makes you stop and slow down,
There's awareness.
Mm.
Awareness of what's actually happening.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, oh my gosh, you see it's clearer. Things become clearer. Yeah. Oh, wow. We're going deep, Mariko. I better let you ask a question because we're going to run out of time.
Yeah. I was
ask me some questions.
I was going to ask you about, I know you're a journey practitioner. I think that's what you call it.
Yes.
And so how did you get into that? And well, what is it? I don't know anything.
It was literally one of those moments, where the book falls off the shelf kind of moments. Yeah. Because I used to go looking in shops at that section which had true stories or people's, real life, their life had changed in for the better, that they'd got through stuff, I loved all of that. And Brendan Bays is the name of the lady that founded the journey. It's called the Journey Method now, because a lot of other people have used the term journey, so they had to get kind of made it a bit easier. But in those days, that was before she, like her partner Kevin has been with her forever now, but it was her original book when she'd first done it, because she had like a basketball-sized tumour.
Wow.
Yeah, and she cured herself of that with natural stuff, okay? And that was where she birthed the journey processes. I should say processes, or it can be one process, but essentially when you do the training, it's you have a day of where they do what's called the emotional journey process, your first week or whatever of it, and they have in the second day the physical journey process. So they break it up.
Okay.
The emotional is you start with, like, you might be feeling anger, and there's a way you can drop through all of the emotions. There's a way that below that anger, if you check in with it, you can drop, and there's another emotion below underneath that, and you keep going until you get to the love, or some people call it source. You get to that part of you, and it's just, I mean, it's brilliant. It's like, you're meditating, and it's like
there's several layers.
It's just, and you drop through it, and it's just like everything is like, it's expansive. You're in that, it's not
Beautiful.
just in your body. It's you feel like your energy's everywhere. Yeah, it's really cool. And there's different flavors of it. It can be like love. It can be unconditional love. It can be peace, serenity. There'll be different words come up depending on the process. So and you can go through layers of that as well. So it's pretty cool, and you just hang out in it for a while there. But then you there would have been somewhere the anger was, that came from, and you go back then from that really nice place of love, and you sometimes access like an old memory from your childhood or from a past life even sometimes, and you work with that. You have like a campfire, and you have eyes closed, and you talk through it with you call to the campfire the people involved and stuff like that, and you have a bit of a chat. It's really powerful, and you say all the stuff you didn't say or couldn't say at the time and express and get it all out. And the anger, you go for it, you can be angry, you can be whatever, let it all out, and you let them respond, and there's a forgiveness that happens through it. Yeah, so it's really powerful stuff. Anyway, and then it is. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And then the physical is like a guided meditation through your body to a part of your body that needs some healing. So yeah, and it's all based on. I've done that simplistically because now, like I'm a practitioner, you do what's called a designer journey. You can use all of those tools, plus there's more tools to use than what I've explained. And you can just go anywhere the person wants to go, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, do what they need. So yeah, was that helpful?
Was it you said there was 2 days?
Well, that's the initial. I did a lot more than that. To become a journey practitioner, you've actually got to there's like the first initial course, which was the one I was telling you about. It's called, I think they've changed the name now, but the Journey Intensive Weekend, they call that.
Okay.
And they actually do it a 3-day course now where they do those 2 days I told you about. And they also, it used to be a separate course, but now they join it together, and it's called Advanced Skills. And that's where you learn some of the tools that help you do it with somebody else more easily, so you can go home and do it with family or, friends. And then to be a practitioner, you have to do there's a abundance retreat you have to go to, and it's like I think that's 3 days. Then this is not all together, by the way. This is spaced out when these things are. Then the next one, I think after that, was the no ego retreat. And that's like, I think 6 days or 5 days. It's pretty full on. And then there's the, it's about something about communication skills. I forget the name of it, but it's really amazing. It's about how, like, your body, like if you sit upright, you're more positive and ready to go. You know what I mean? It's about that body language. There's a lot of body language, which is really powerful. And hand gestures, everything.
Sounds like it's a course that's heavily, it's involved, but they're also looking after you.
I did major transformation.
Making sure that you are getting understanding the material and how to do it and that sort of thing. So
they totally do.
Sounds amazing.
Because the last one you do, when you do the practitioner, they call it practitioner something. It's the last one. I think it's a 7-day thing, right? And yeah, it's really, really intense, but it's amazing. So much transformation. And if that wasn't enough to become a practitioner, you have to do 41 case studies with real people, and you have to find them somehow from where you are and do the processes with them, all the different ones. And there's also children. You can process with children too, so they have a separate thing for that too. So a day about doing stuff with kids. So Journey for Kids. So there you go. I've tried to summarize it, but
amazing.
It is changed my life hugely. And we actually got I was very fortunate to be able to do it. I wouldn't have been able to do it except, you know how you have a mortgage on your house? We withdrew money off that, you know, so that I could do it. So my husband supported me, yeah, because we didn't have that money.
Yeah.
So we were, yeah. So very lucky. Lucky me, shall I say? Wow. So
great to have that support. That external support, and
it was
validation that you are worth supporting.
There was more than that to it. Like for me, that first time I went to do that retreat for 2 days, right? Originally it was 2 days. It was like me being away from the kids, right? And it was just every time I went to those retreats, it was just like me saying yes to me.
Yeah.
It was just profound because it's so full on with kids, as you know. To go away and just be with me, it was really like strange at the start.
Yeah.
But it was an excuse to actually learn to love myself.
So great. How long ago was this when you first did it?
My first journey intensive was in 2005, I think. Yeah. Long time ago. Show my age. Actually, can I share something before? Actually, I want to share something.
Yeah.
You know how we were talking about you and your books?
Yeah.
Well, I've had this thing lately. I've been actually getting into colouring in.
Okay.
For a long while, my kids had given me a colouring in book, and I was too, I don't know, I did one and I didn't feel I did it so well, so I didn't want to wreck the pictures by me doing it. But over the time, I've done a bit here and there, and I've got more confident, and now I'm loving it. Like, this is my latest thing. It's like meditative. You can listen to music or even be out with people and just be doing your little... I did this, yes. So finally, I didn't want to wreck your book, so I haven't been colouring in. I've just been confession time. But now I'm going to fill them all in, Mariko, because I'm loving it.
Great. I'd love to see it when you do it.
Oh, well, that's what I'm going to show you. Yesterday, I was out with my husband, and we went out to the Mantra, it's called. It's a local RSL. And we go and we play games. We do Scrabble and card games and stuff. And in between my Scrabble goes...
Oh, look at that. It's beautiful.
And that's your inspiration from your beautiful book, Mariko.
Oh, so pretty.
I had so much fun doing that. And that's
glad to hear it.
Mariko's colouring colouring mandalas. I'm having a moment. I'm sure
I think I could have done with a better title for that one as well.
Oh no, it's actually, I love your introduction. I love that it's simple because it's really easy to understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I read through that beginning.
What did I write? I can't remember.
Can I read that to everyone? It's so good. Come on, now you tell me, when was my first journey? What year did you do this, Mariko?
No, I can't remember. I can tell you my girl's age. I cannot, like, literally my postnatal depression was on it. It has affected my memory.
Yep. No, that's fine.
And I can't tell you for certain what happened when, or am I remembering things that intensely? Did it happen multiple times like I'm remembering it?
Yeah.
And I can remember being distraught, like severely distraught about what was happening at the time, but I cannot place when that was exactly, unless unless I put it in the context of how old my daughter was at the time.
Yeah, no, I can understand that. I do a
So,
lot of things with my kids. I work out what their age was.
to be able to answer, what was happening during what time, I need an actual chart for myself as a reference, and go, finding where it is. Oh, I can tell you the date then.
I'm not really good with dates either, I'll be honest, seriously. But I'm going to read this anyway, and we're going to wrap it up.
I can't remember.
We're going to wrap it up after this, I think, because,
sure.
we might have to do this again, Mariko. I think
I'd love to.
Good fun. So this is what it says as the introduction.
I'm nervous. What did I write?
Sorry?
I'm nervous now.
Oh, no, it's beautiful.
What did I
read it yesterday before I did the mantra, okay?
Okay.
Sorry. So the mandalas, sorry, not the mantra. See, I'm here to make you feel better, Mariko. I don't even remember what word. Anyway, I know now because that's interesting.
Right.
That's why I'm confused. You've got to explain this to me, okay?
Okay.
I'm one of those people, right? If people mean something, their intention, I usually pick up the right meaning, and I don't even think anything of it.
Okay.
I just go ahead like that's fine, all right? So I took a while to read mandalas. Did you notice? Because in my head, I'm thinking mantra.
That's where the conversation started. The mantras.
Can I tell you something really funny? I'll tell you two funny things.
Okay.
First one being where I was yesterday. Do you know what the place is called?
Yeah, you said it was called the mantra.
It's called the mantra. Oh, God, the funniness just continues. That's right. Craig's my child, Ezra, Ezra was there, and they said, oh, don't you have a friend called Mantra? And I said, no, they're called Yantra. So that's another truth.
Oh, yeah.
I have a friend called Yantra, and I met her through the journey stuff, believe it or not. Anyway, I go in to read your book. This is what it says, but you can correct it if you want me to correct it, okay?
Okay.
Because it says colouring mantras. On the front, it says colouring mandalas.
Oh, no.
There's some truth in this, though. Does yours say the same?
Yes. And that's incorrect.
But that's beautiful because it's not a mistake. We could not have had this conversation, could we?
Yeah, the word mandala is supposed to mean circle, not mantra.
This is why when I was having this conversation with these people, I kept getting it mixed up. And this is why I was doing it with you. But we were supposed to
go fix that up now.
It's so beautiful, though, like that we could have this fun. Anyway, I'll say it right now. You ready? Okay. The word mandala means circle in Sanskrit, a symbol to represent the universe.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to say.
Yeah. Modern interpretation of the word also may now include any circular pattern, diagram, or geometric repetition. There are many resources available if you wish to research further regarding mandalas, patterns, symbols, and rituals. So you did say it right there. It's all good, see? The purpose of this book, this is what I love, Mariko, what you've written. The purpose of this book is to enjoy colouring the images, to relax, and allow your creativity to flow. You are welcome to also play music in the background, which is what I do when I'm doing my colouring in. Diffuse or wear essential oils. Well, that's the other question I've got to ask you in the next video. Or to have another tool to assist with holding your preferred ambience. This book may be used by yourself or as a facilitated group activity for circles, retreats, and other similar sessions. Thank you for purchasing this book, and I would love to hear from you, your experience of using colouring mandalas. I threw it in there. You picked the right person.
Oh, thank you. I need to go fix that up.
I love this. I've had so much fun today, Mariko. Thank you for showing up.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you
welcome.
for showing me my errors.
Oh, we all make them.
God, how embarrassing.
I've told everybody how I talk too much. I think this might be the truth videos, or
Yeah,
I don't know.
Sure.
Thanks for coming along.
Thank you, Steph.
You're welcome.
Chat to you soon, and I'll do my video soon because I didn't do it yesterday.
Oh, that's fine. I'm going to, for everybody in the group, before I do go, I'm going to be posting a new 5 topics or themes, whatever you like to call them, sometime later today. So
great.
Yeah. Bye everybody. Thank you for listening.